How long the interview is, Richard?
Like an hour. Like an
Okay.
hour. Well, the radio station lasts an hour,
Okay.
But
Now,
if
I
the
ain't complaining. I just wanted to know how long it was.
yeah, but if the conversation keep going, a lot of times we keep the conversation going,
Yeah.
and to people to the story end. But we
Yeah.
live on Facebook now, so people will start coming in. So we got about a minute.
Now, you be taking phone calls?
Yeah, we got yep.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, people can call. Matter of fact, let me put that banner up too. The phone call is up there, and I'm tagging you in the post now, so it'll be live and direct on your page.
Okay.
So anybody who wants to see it will be able to go on your page too. And right now,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch the microphone to the radio show, so you won't be able to hear me until the show starts.
All right. I'm just texting my sister Punk and letting her know that it's on there.
Okay.
If you love, everybody, clap your hands up. Everybody, jump for joy. Come on. If you love the Lord, come on. One thing you can count on for sure: the enemies of God still hate God, and they don't care for you either. Sickness, disease, poverty, the flesh, the devil, and the rest of his forces. They come to launch attacks, I'm telling you, right here in 1998. But all you gotta do is lift up your voice.
WBISLP 1069, Winterville, Ayden, Grifton, Southside, Greenville, North Carolina.
I try to be a better man, but folks just don't understand. Try to do all I can to deal with this addiction in me. Lord, I wanna change. I can't stay the same. But the sins that in my vein is trying its best just to kill me.
Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to another episode of the UTurn Show here on Awesome Radio, 106.9 FM here in Greenville, North Carolina. If you haven't been to our website, please go to the website, www.wbisawesomeradio.org, and download all of our apps either on Alexa, Google Play, and the Apple Store. And also, this is a live interactive show, so we do accept call-ins. Our live call-in number is 252-756-2008. And once again, I am your host, Richard Taylor, man. I have a special guest today. This is going to be a great show, man. This gentleman has got an amazing testimony. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to introduce my guest, Mr. Earl Cutler. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
And I am doing wonderful, man. And the U-Turn Show is about people like myself and yourself who have, took down the wrong paths and then, made the proper transitions to change. So we're going to get right into your story, man. Like I told you before, the interview, when a few people heard I was going to have you on the show, like I started getting calls, like, you going to have Earl up there? You going to have Earl up there? So I was like, yes, that let me know that, your name does ring bells. So we're going to get right into it, man. You was born in Boston, right?
Born and raised, Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts, right? So from growing up in Boston, like, what was it like? Like, I hear about Boston, but I've never been. So what was it like, as a kid growing up in Boston?
It wasn't that bad growing up in Boston. I mean, for me, we wasn't rich, we wasn't poor, but I never lived in the projects, but it wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay. You say you never lived in the projects?
No, I didn't live in the projects, man, until I came to Goldsboro.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we gonna get to that. So okay, so what did you have, like a 2-parent household, or like a good quote unquote
I had my mom and my stepdad.
Okay.
My
So
dad was in my life, but he was in North Carolina. But he was there whenever I had to pick the phone up and call him. He was there.
okay, so y'all had a relationship.
Oh yeah, that's my best friend.
Okay. Is he still living today?
Yeah, he's in Goldsboro.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, shout out to was it Earl Cutler Sr. or
Edwin Cutler.
Edward Cutler? Shout out to Edward Cutler, man, for putting this together for us. So, and we talked about early on, like growing up and getting into trouble as a youth.
Yeah.
I traveled that same road. I know I had different certain influences, but you talked about. I think you said you started joining the gang, or you just started just hitting the streets. What
Yeah,
was
I
it?
started. Well, I ran with a crew. We didn't call ourselves a gang at the time.
All right.
We used to just call ourselves the clique. We ran, just ran the streets, stealing bikes, stealing cars, stealing motorcycles. Wasn't even in the drug game at the time.
So how old were you then when you if you could put it together?
15.
About 15. That's when you really started. So what kind of influence you like in hindsight? In 2020, like what kind of led you to just start getting into mischief?
What led me to get into mischief, I honestly have to say, Richard, was I was trying to rebel and get my mother to send me to my father. And it wasn't happening. She wasn't having it. So the more she told me no, the more I went out there and just did dirt.
Mm-hmm. And I want to comment on that because people don't understand the importance of fatherhood. Even if there's a man in the house that a child, no matter what, always wants that relationship with their father, no matter how how things are perceived or the situations. So that's just a good example of that. So did it ever happen though? Like did she ever send you down there to your father? It never happened. I can't hear you. Whatever you did.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. No, she never sent me down there.
Okay. So how did you eventually end up in Goldsboro? Because that's where part of this story begins.
Yeah, I end up terrorizing Goldsboro.
So what happened? Like, how did you end up here? Finally.
I got in trouble in Boston and left. I went to Goldsboro.
Okay. And what age were you?
18.
So at 18, you come down to the small city. Now, you had been back and forth, right? So it wasn't your first time, right?
No, I spent a lot of my childhood summers was in Goldsboro.
Okay, so you already had like some connections, some alliances, some associates, right?
Right.
All right. So when you got into trouble in the Boston, did you come down here with the intention to stand out of trouble or get into more trouble?
I came down there with the intent to stay out of trouble, leave the gangs, leave the drug selling, stay out of trouble.
Okay. And how long did that last?
Oh man, that didn't last a few months. It did. I came in 88. It didn't last a few months because I got locked up in 89.
All right, so you came down in 88, you got locked up in 89. That's only a year now. If you don't mind telling me, you don't have to. What did they what did you have to do time for that time?
Possession with intent.
Okay, so the drug game.
Yeah.
Okay, so they gave you a year, and so
they gave me 3 years. I did 2 off the 3.
Okay, yeah, that was that what was that considered the old law, as they say? Yeah.
I was only supposed to do 3 months off the 3 years. That was the law.
Okay.
But I got in trouble when I was in there, so I wound up doing the 2 years.
Okay, so you was just in there wilding out.
Yeah.
Hot-headed. And so you had to do the whole 2 years. So I guess it's safe to say that you didn't learn your lesson that time.
No, I didn't learn my lesson that time.
Oh, okay.
I earned my GED and a certificate in brick mason and carpentry when I was in prison.
Okay, that first time at 18, right?
Yep.
All right. So then, so you get out, right? so you get out. So what was your plans? Once again, was your plans was to get, to keep going that route? Because, it's very tempting, when you see guys making money.
Well, when I got out, man, I said I was never going back, but I said I was never going to be broke again too.
Okay.
And that's when I went on a mission. I started pretty much robbing everybody in Goldsboro.
Says robbing.
Robbing.
Okay. And it's funny you said so what was the nickname that they gave you? Because of that.
They gave me a nickname, Norman Bates, Psycho.
Norman Bates. Now, and actually the first time I ever heard somebody say that was old Dirty said that on one of his rap. I get Psycho Killer Norman Bates. What was that, like a movie or something? Because I never seen it.
Yeah, it's a movie called Psycho.
Okay.
With Norman Bates. He was the guy who owned the hotel and was killing ladies and stuff.
Okay.
But he was known for a butcher knife.
Yeah.
And that's why they called me Norman Bates, because somebody had robbed my girl at the time, was my son's mother.
Uh-huh.
And the guy that robbed him, I caught up to him and stabbed him with the Psycho knife.
Oh, okay. And so you I guess you didn't get arrested for that.
Nah, I didn't get arrested for that.
Okay. And the statute of limitations, I think.
The statute of limitations is well gone. That's over 30 years.
Yeah, so
I could talk about that one.
Yeah, just be careful. I mean, I know you in a good place now, but I think what Chico or somebody said on the post a while back, you don't tell them too much. Now so I know there's probably some things you probably can't really talk about. So
listen, man, I'm gonna tell you a lot, but I ain't gonna tell you nothing at all.
I like that. Yeah, man. So then you started pretty much going on a robbing, I guess, spree or whatever. Like that was your thing, taking.
Yeah, I get all them New York boys come down, them DC boys come down, I get them.
Okay.
That's what eventually got me shot.
All right, so yeah, let's hop on into that before the first break. So tell us what led up to that. Like what was the situation surrounding the fact that you got shot and how many times?
I don't remember the night. I don't remember what happened when I got shot. But I know they told me, the guy they told me that shot me, I remember why. I know why he shot me.
Okay.
He was a guy that I had robbed a few months before. And he came back for retaliation.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Sabro, but Sabro the one set me up.
Yeah, and it's funny. I heard that night, like, because like I told you, somebody called me earlier and we was talking about you. He told me the same story. He actually said that the guy came out the car and asked no questions and came out, I think, from behind you.
Yep, he just got out the car, shot me in the head, and from what they tell me, I tried to fight him, and he shot me 8 more times.
Shot you in the head first.
Shot me in the head first.
Now, was that the back of the head?
No, right in the front. I still have the hole right there in my skull.
Okay.
Can you see that dent right there?
I do see it. Now, is that a surgery scar as well?
Yeah, the surgery scar is here.
Okay, I see it. And that stemmed from the shooting in the head.
Yep. I lost my right eye. I lost my hearing in my right ear and my sense of smell.
And he shot you 9 more times. Did he shoot you now like through the body or
yeah, I got hit right here in the neck. Can you see that scar?
Yes, sir.
And 6 in my chest, stomach, and 1 in the wrist.
6 in the chest. So it's safe to say that he was literally trying to kill you.
Oh, for sure. He put that in my head. It was a 45. He was trying to kill me.
A 45.
A 45.
45. Now, those are some big bullets. I think I got shot with a 40 caliber. Those are some big bullets, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So when it's going down, of course, I like you might not. So when it's going down, like, do you after all of the bullets, like, do you say, okay, this is it for me? Like, are you laying there like, okay, I'm ready to
after I got out of the hospital and rehab and everything?
No, I'm talking about like right then at the scene, like, or was you like passed out?
Yeah, I don't remember it. I don't even remember getting shot, so I don't know. I woke up in the hospital, man, wondering, asking my mother why was she on the block. I thought I was still on the block.
Oh, okay. Wow. So your last memory was right before the shooting.
My last memory, was in the pool hall, shooting pool with my man Cole Wayne. That was our last memory.
So Wayne Lee. Shout out to Wayne
Lee.
So you talking about William Austin? Were you in William Austin or were you in Willie Simmons?
What, the pool hall?
Yeah.
Now it was Black Tony's. I think Black Tone had the pool hall then.
Okay. Yeah, Black Tone before they moved. I guess they moved down to George Street. But yeah, now this, like, if you don't like, the block is one of the infamous areas in the Goldsboro, like from the late 70s, early 80s, the mid 90s. I think that's when I caught around about the mid 90s. That it was almost over. But man, a lot of notorious things happened. This is something that I never knew happened, because this happened in 1992.
1992, August 24th, 1992.
August 24th, 1992. Shot 9 times.
9 times, yeah.
Once in the head, once in the neck, 6 in the chest, and once in the wrist, man. And if that don't tell you, God is with, because you are now, saved in the Christian, right?
Yeah, I'm a deacon in my church.
In the church, right? Yep. So that we're gonna get into that. But if that don't tell you God is real, then I don't know, what else to tell you. Because being shot, 9 times, once in the head, close range.
Close range, right up on me, man.
And you can't tell me that, once again, that God is a just a miracle worker, for you to still be here. Now the recovery process. How did that go? Like what type of repercussions did you suffer, and what kind of mental, physical, everything? Like how how was it?
It left me paralyzed, waist down. I was in the beginning paralyzed in my right arm, but I got that back.
Okay.
And like I said, I lost my right eye, my hearing in my right ear, my sense of smell. They took part of my brain out, my right frontal lobe, which is what left me blind in my right eye.
Okay. Wow.
The mental process was the longest. I mean, I think I still kind of suffer from the mental process, because I suffer from depression and PTSD.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So how do you cope with that, though? I mean, or how have you coped with that over the years and even now?
Over the years, I cope with it by seeing the psychiatrist and the psychologist.
Okay.
I got my same psychologist I've been seeing since 1996. I still see her, but not as much. But I still see her. I'm still like every 3 weeks now instead of every week.
Okay. And that and because once again, like a lot of in the Black community, psychologists and psychiatrists are kind of frowned upon.
Yeah,
have they helped you, and do you recommend them for people who've been through things like you have?
Definitely. It definitely helped me, man.
Definitely.
Because I was on a homicidal thoughts, suicidal thoughts. I was on all that.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely helped me.
So after the shooting, though, you moved back to Boston, right?
Yeah, I moved back to Boston.
And so I guess, how was the adjustment? Like, because, coming from, who you were, and just, being, kind of the alpha male that you were. And then, how was the adjustment coming back home to Boston? And, how did you look at life then? Or did that shooting, once again, I'm gonna, ask the same question I asked you earlier, that shooting, kind of changed you, or it kept you going down the wrong path?
In the beginning, it didn't change me, not at all. I went back to selling drugs in my wheelchair in the beginning. And how I really kind of cope with dealing in the wheelchair. I had a best friend who was shot 3 years before me. God bless the dead. He died in 2010. But he got shot in '89.
Okay.
And he helped me, to go through my transition.
So you had somebody there with you. And was he still out there in the game too?
No, he never was in the game.
Oh, okay.
Nah, his case was more of a association.
Okay. Wrong place, wrong.
He didn't deserve that.
Okay. So in hindsight, of course, nobody really deserved to be. So you said he didn't deserve that. Do you think the way that you living, that you were living, that you kind of deserved that? Oh, huh?
I think I got what I had coming to me.
Okay.
That's how bad it was. And to be honest with you, Richard, every time I go to Goldsboro, man, like I just went down there last month.
Somebody said one of the guys that called me said I thought I seen them not too long ago.
Yeah. And every time I go down there, I got at least 3 or 4 people come up to me and say, "Yo, remember me, Norman Bates? You tried to kill me." So I think it's fair to say I owe Goldsboro an apology, man, because I'm a changed man now.
Yes, you is, man. We gonna definitely get into that, man. And once I just commend you, because I think you reached out to me like maybe 10 years ago when I started doing like the videos and the stuff. I think on the block, something like. I think you reached out to me or something.
I did reach out to you, yeah.
When I was doing my books and stuff, we conversated for a minute. It was like, call me, and I think you was telling me about the story, but like I said, when it happened to you, I wasn't quite off the porch yet, so I was probably like 14, so I wasn't even hanging out there like that.
Yeah,
but I noticed the passion that you have for the community now, you know what I'm saying, and trying to steer others away from that lifestyle. So, but we're gonna get back into, like right after the shooting, when you got back to Boston, you said you went right back to selling drugs, right?
I didn't go right back to it because I wasn't in the position physically to go back to it, but it took me probably a couple of years, and I went back to it because I think even at 22, I still needed some guidance.
Yeah,
I didn't have 22 and shot. My biggest mistake, I think, was leaving Goldsboro because my father was my biggest support system. Okay. And I left his house.
Hold that thought real quick. We got to take a quick station break, and we're going to be right back in about 1.5 minutes. But you are listening to the UTurn Show here on Awesome Radio 106.9 with our special guest, Mr. Earl Cutler. Please stay with us because there's more to this story.
Here's a minute to inspire fresh hope in your busy day.
Fear is the most common barrier to intimacy within our friendships. Fear of being vulnerable, fear of taking risks, fear of repeated rejection. So we hide from those whose friendship we desire. But never forget Psalm 34, verse 4. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. If you seek lasting friendships, if you have a need for closeness and intimacy, ask God to bring wise friends into your life. Ask for friends who will value the Lord. As you pray, begin reaching out and serving others by being a friend.
This Hope Minute was brought to you by Hope for the Heart. To learn more, go to hopeminute.org.
Are you a business or organization and you're looking for a few good people to join your work staff team? Are you now hiring? Need help? Want it now? Be listed and get noticed in our Awesome Radio on-air classifieds. Post your now hiring job descriptions on our website and have it announced here on this radio station and get your positions filled. Sign up today at WBISAwesomeRadio.org or contact us by phone 252-756-3137. People are looking for jobs. Let us help you find those people. Get your now hiring, need help, want it now announcements listed in our Awesome Radio on-air classifieds. Visit our website to learn more, WBISAwesomeRadio.org, or contact us by phone 252-756-3137.
This ain't the place for me to die up in these streets. Oh Lord, can you help me?
And we are back once again here on Awesome Radio 106.9 FM, Greenville, North Carolina. Back to the UTurn Show. I'm your host, Richard Taylor, with my special guest once again, Mr. Earl Cutler, a.k.a. Norman Bates. But he's definitely a change man. I just want to read a couple of these comments. My brother Patrick Williams says, "What's good, fellas? What's going on, Patrick Williams? One of the proprietors of Pier 34 Restaurant. Felicia Mitchell, how you doing, Felicia? Good to see. Rose Artist says hello. Rose Artist, God's child. Wow, I think we were talking about the shooting. Mother Lada Taylor asks, "How are you living?" And of course, I think we can answer that by the grace of God.
By the grace of God, that's right.
Taylor says, "God bless you, Earl. You are a living testimony of the grace and mercy of Christ." Veronica Woods, I think that's relative, said, "I love you, Earl." Patrick Williams,
that's my sister.
Okay, hey sis. T. Wooten, I think that's Smiley. I was proud of you, bro. Thank you, my brother. Once again, Veronica Woods looking good, baby. Isaiah Smith says what up. So I thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna get right into this story. So after you were shot, you said you should have never left go where you probably should have stayed with your father. How did your father take the shooting?
How did he take the shooting?
Yes.
Oh, he was distraught. He was distraught, man. I mean, like I said, I was close to my dad, and it was like, I don't know. He was very distraught.
Mm-hmm. Were you like his only child, or
no? He got my father has 2 children in his current marriage, and me, my brother, another sister. Okay. My mom had 5. Okay. And I got another sister in Florida.
All right. So how did your family take? Like, did they, of course, like I said, I know some of your family members. So, like, did they want retaliation, or like whatever happened to the guy, who did what he did to you?
I heard that the guy went back to DC and is locked up for murder.
Okay. So he was also on a dangerous path as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard he was a killer from DC.
Okay. And so after going back to Boston, you got back out there. You waited a couple of years and got back in the game. Like, did you have any experiences, more dangerous experiences, or like getting in trouble again? Like, how did that work out for you?
Nah, I didn't have any more dangerous experiences. I started out selling weed first, and then I graduated back to coke. And I think what initially made me stop was I wanted to make my father proud of me. Okay, and that's pretty much what made me not to get out the game.
Okay, and so how long did it take you to make that decision?
A couple of years.
Oh, okay. So
I came back to Goldsboro in, I think it was 96.
Yeah.
I came on a bus. The only reason why you take a bus.
Oh, okay. You said it's only one reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got to read between the lines on that one, but yes. Yeah. So you came? Did you come down here to stay, or you just came to visit?
No, I came down here to get money.
Okay. And then so when would you say, what year would you say that was the end of your life in the streets?
97, 98.
97.
Yeah.
And so you've been, on the straight and narrow for about a good 25 years now.
Yeah. I wasn't in the church like that though. What made me really want to just love life was I met a woman. And we was together 2 years before she died. She was on list for a heart transplant.
Oh man.
Yeah, we went to bed. We went to sleep. I woke up. She didn't. Yeah, and then she pretty much changed my whole life, man. It was like I feel like God put me in her life to make her happy in her last days. But she in turn made me happy.
She gave you another reason to look at life in a more joyful manner.
Yeah.
And how old were you at this time?
I was 32.
32.
When she died, I was 32.
So when you met her, you was like probably 30.
I was 29 when I met her. I met her in 99 and she died in 02, so 3 years we together.
Okay. Now was she a believer too, or was that did she kind of introduce you to God, or it was her death that kind of led you towards God? What would you say?
It was her, period.
Okay.
But yeah, she was a believer.
Her purity.
No, her, period. Just period.
Okay, period.
Point
Okay.
blank.
Yeah.
Point blank, it was her. And maybe, my love for her, man, the way she felt, the way she showed me love.
Uh-huh. Okay. And you probably was that the first time? Because I know, like, when you're in the streets and stuff, you come across women, and women are there for different reasons, and so was that your first real experience, would you say? As truly being caring and loving for a woman?
No. Not you mean since I've been in my chair?
No, just like period, because like
in life. No. That wasn't my first experience. I got 5 sons.
Okay, yeah, that's another. Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me of that. So you got 5 sons. You had all of them before you got shot?
Yeah, my first son was born when I was 16.
Okay, and that's in Boston, right? That was
in Boston. Yeah, my 3 oldest are in Boston, and my 2 youngest in North Carolina, Goldsboro.
Okay, all right, and so with them, how are they doing? Like did they kind of follow in your footsteps?
Yeah, pretty much. 3 of them did. But I can honestly say, Richard, when I was walking, I wasn't a good role model at all for my kids.
Okay.
I didn't become a good role model until I wound up in the chair and went back to school.
All right. Okay. And so, when did you go back to school?
04.
04. So that's actually that's right about the time that that's right about the time, I guess, where your friend passed, right?
She passed in 02.
Okay. So
but it was her passing and between her and my father that made me go back to school. I knew that she would have wanted me to do that because she and I were talking about me going back to school, because I was an honor roll student in school, man. When I was coming up in school, I was an honor roll student in middle school, A's and B's.
Yeah.
I didn't have to fall to the streets, man.
Yeah. Just the environment, that influence, I think, would appear. Or like you said, the situation with you just wanting that attention, a rebellious spirit. So what did you go to school for?
Visual communication and graphic design.
Visual communication and graphic design. And how long did it take you to get that degree or finish?
2 years.
2 years, okay.
2 years associate degree.
Okay. And that's once again commendable, because you did mention one thing, like, okay, well, you had short-term memory loss, right?
Yeah.
So was it real difficult, going through, trying to learn information? And,
man, it was extremely difficult. It was extremely difficult. I don't even remember what I learned in school, man. That's how bad it is.
Okay. So you pretty much you got the knowledge, but you don't really apply it because you can't remember it, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But I did it, man.
Definitely.
I could look at my sons and say, be like I am, not like I was.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely, man. And definitely, and you also talk about your grandchildren, right?
Yeah, I got 5 grandbabies, man. 4 girls and 1 boy.
Oh yeah, and girls are softening you up real quick.
Yeah.
Because you have 5 sons, so that's your experience with girls, right?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, we got about 10 seconds to our last station break, but we're gonna come back on the last segment and talk about the complete transformation. But y'all stay right here on 106.9 Awesome Radio.
Partial funding for this program is brought to you by Mitchell's Memorial Funeral Home, 2423 E Winter Village Drive, Winterville, 252-917-4420 or 252-702-1880. Mitchell's Memorial Funeral Home is a sacred trust servicing Eastern North Carolina and is here to serve you and your family with care and dignity. 252-917-4420 or 252-702-1880. The funeral home manager is Mr. Donovan Phillips. Mitchell's, a long-standing name in the community. Thank you, Mitchell's Memorial Funeral Home of Winterville, for your support.
And yes, we are back once again here at Awesome Radio 106.9 FM Greenville. Back to the UTurn Show with my guest once again, Mr. Earl Cutler. And just a couple of more comments. Miss Price 2000 said, by the grace of God, bless you, Deacon Earl. Gregory Searcy says, Taylor Gang. What's up, Greg? Javon Moses, a.k.a. Pig. Say, what's good, big homie? 402 West Seymour. Love you, bro. Definitely.
That's the old address.
Yeah. He was saying, but we got them good minds. And they, once again, very brilliant brother. Pig got a great mind, man. So we got so many great minds. Sometimes we use them for the wrong thing. But LaShonda Brewington says, love you, Unc.
I love you too, niece. And
Greg seriously said, I'm a vet. I know. So, man, once again, we're gonna go back to the school and actually. So at what point did you really decide to start, really dedicating your life, to God and becoming a deacon and really living out your true purpose?
Well, I had moved back to North Carolina. I was staying in Raleigh, Cary. And around 2015, I came back here. Mm-hmm. And I started going to church with a pastor that I know since I was 5 years old. And God bless him. He just passed away. We just buried him Saturday.
Oh, man, my condolences as well.
Thank you. And I started going to his church in 2015. And I just started liking it, man. I was like, it's something new for me. I need to change. And last year, he ordained me to be a deacon. So I'm just a year in. Mm-hmm. But now I go to Trust in God Ministries in Dorchester.
Okay.
Got another pastor, Pastor Moore.
Okay. How did you get with that ministry?
He was already at New Faith where I was going to.
Okay.
So he went and started his own.
Mm-hmm. So how has the journey with God been for you? Because no one's perfect. Everybody has their own struggles, or So what benefits have you received from dedicating your life to God?
That's been a struggle too, Richard.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it ain't been easy because it's like one thing I want God to do is put me in a position where I can work. Mm-hmm. And that seems like it's just the hardest thing in the world. I've been filling out applications and I just can't get hired. But I'm not blaming God for that. I'm just saying I know God can change that. Mm-hmm. So, but it's been a struggle because the devil's been in one ear trying to say, "Oh, well, God ain't giving you this," mm-hmm. and I got the angel in the other ear. Don't give up. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not listening to that. God ain't giving you this.
Yeah, you gotta block that out. You gotta rebuke that. And so because actually when you just logged on, you was like, man, I'm glad I was actually filling out an application right now. So you definitely dedicated. So you haven't worked since you've been since you got shot.
Yeah, man, I worked, but I was a cashier at Walmart. It seemed like Walmart's the only one that would hire me. Everywhere else they run a criminal background and it's a wrap.
Okay, so that's what be holding you up.
Yeah, but right now, I just had my criminal background ran. I got a copy of it, and it said everything was clear. Everything in North Carolina, everything in Boston, clear. I don't know how that came back clear.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
you didn't get the record expunged or nothing. It just came up that way.
No, I got my record in Massachusetts sealed, but it's not expunged.
Okay.
I got it sealed. I'm working on trying to get it expunged in North Carolina.
Okay. So sealed is basically the same thing as expunged, maybe?
No,
like
it's
sealed?
not. No, it's not the same.
Difference?
Expunged means it's off your record, period.
Okay. Sealed means just like anybody who looked you up, they're not going to be able to see that.
Right. Only certain agencies can see that.
Okay. Okay.
Like FBI, Homeland Security, CIA, they can see it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so so you mentioned your grandchildren, right? So you mentioned that they are kind of giving you a second chance at being a better role model to them. Are y'all?
Yeah, I give my grandchildren something to follow now that I went to school and got a degree, opposed to what I did for my sons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't see my grandchildren too much, but I talk to them on the phone. Like I got 2 granddaughters in North Carolina.
Okay.
I just seen them when I went down last month. I seen one of them when I went down last month. But I love my grandbabies, man. I love them to death.
Yeah. I believe you talked about them. That's one thing you mentioned. Like, I got my grandbabies though. So
Yeah.
So what would you tell, man, young guys, man, who want to get in that game or traveling down the wrong path, man? What would you say to kind of deter them from that, or to turn them around from the path that they're taking?
Man, I can't tell them nothing, but don't. I was a crash dummy. Don't be like me. I could tell them just look at me, look at the wheelchair. You know, look at. I mean, I don't do it. I don't know what to tell them at this point because they won't listen. I don't even know what to tell them because I've tried. I actually got into speaking in detention centers when I first came back. Must have been probably about not when I first came back, around about 98.
Okay.
One of my boys, a good friend of mine, he's on my Facebook page too, Bruvel. He was working at a detention center for kids, juveniles.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought me in to speak to the kids. And he told me one time, one of the worst kids in there turned his life around after he heard my story.
Mm-hmm.
And that touched me.
Yeah.
I really reached one.
Yeah.
He said it was when I took my eye out. I took my eye out, told you don't want this to happen to you.
Oh, you did that as part of the speech?
Huh?
You did that as a part of the speech, like when you were speaking?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, if that don't get your attention, nothing will.
Yeah, that got his attention. I don't know where that kid is today, but I mean, I hope and pray that he's somewhere doing something positive.
So how long did you do that for? As far as like speaking, and do you ever plan on maybe doing it again?
I didn't do it too long, probably about a year, because I spoke in Goldsboro. The police officer in Goldsboro had me come into the high school and speak there in a DARE program.
Okay.
I did that, and eventually I want to get back to doing it.
Yeah, man, because it's an amazing story, man. Just like I said, even the scar, like I never seen that. Just looking, at your pictures, but yeah, that's a deep scar, a head scar, and all of those are just testimony. Just testaments to the grace, and mercy, man, of God, because you do got a story to tell. Like you're here for a purpose.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. So, and they said, I guess that was somebody from your church. You call you Deacon Earl.
Yeah.
Okay. How is the church family, being supportive of when in all of your endeavors, or even in some things that you have yet to accomplish, like getting a job, like.
Well, the church has always been supportive of me. I never let them know anything about I was trying to get a job. I just been doing that on my own.
Okay.
But Reverend Washington, before he passed, he was like a second father to me. He always supportive to me.
Mm-hmm. And being, like I said, like being on your own and independent, is there ever a time that you like, cause you're not married, right?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, so is there ever a time that you get lonely, or you know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely, most definitely.
Yeah. So what do you do during those times?
I mean, I got a few female friends, but at one point, Richard, I was addicted to the strip clubs.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to go to the strip club. There was this one named Cinnamon. I went there. I had to go when she was there.
Yeah. So where was this at? This was in Boston?
Yeah, in Boston.
Yeah. So yeah, man. That's
But at this point, when I get to the point I'm lonely, I don't go looking, because man, these girls today are different breed.
What do you mean by that? Let's expand upon that real quick. We're gonna call you Kevin Samuels Jr.
Nah, I can't touch him.
So what do you mean, though?
When you're looking for love, they're looking for paper.
Okay. It seems like relationships have become transactional. I've heard somebody say that, like, it's all ways of what can you do for me kind of mindset, I think.
And I ain't got a problem with giving and helping out, but don't make me feel like I'm being used.
Yeah, or obligated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all remember that, ladies, everybody listening. Just a couple of more comments. Shalonda Exum says, I love you, Earl.
I love you too, man.
Felicia Victor said, once again, you are an inspiration. Never give up. God has brought you this far. Said you reached one, all worth the effort. Nah, God will never leave you or forsake you. You are a masterpiece because you are a piece of the master. Thank you so much for the words of encouragement. And so you remember a lot of people from Goldsboro, like I said, like,
oh yeah,
like
a lot of people I don't remember.
Like
the last person that came up to me and told me I tried to kill him. I don't even remember who he was.
Yeah. So what did you like? Did you apologize, or like what? Like how did you like that? How did you handle that? Like that's you know what I'm saying?
I just told him, yeah, I don't remember that, man. I'm sorry.
I don't remember that, man.
Now I remember a lot. I remember a lot of dirt and damage I did. I do remember. I remember a lot of damage. I did a lot of damage in Goldsboro.
So where did it come from though? Was it like, say, was it the anger of, what I'm saying, like not being around your father, or because I knew, certain cats that probably just were like you, like they were just mean, like they was out looking for trouble every day. They wanted action. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that was me, man. I went down there with that gang mentality. Before I came to Goldsboro, I was a stick-up kid here.
Okay.
And I went down there with that mentality, man.
Okay.
And if they wasn't giving me work, I was taking it from
them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what one guy said. I said, you remember? He said, yeah, I remember. He used to take now. He used to take stuff.
Is that what somebody told you?
Yeah, like literally, because like he had saw the flyer that we put up. He was like, he called me, oh yeah, you got Earl, oh yeah, I remember that. You don't remember? I was like, nah, I'm too young. So, yeah, man, he used to take. He said he used to take it. So, but yeah, I mean, and it's a, it's something that people, still do now. You know what I'm saying? It's something that we as a, I guess, community kind of glorifies, I think, the gangster, gangster lifestyle. How do you think that we can come out of that mindset? In what ways can we come out, do you think?
It's gonna start at home, man. It's got to start at home. I think fathers need to be more involved in their sons' lives and their girls' lives. Mm-hmm. Before they go out in the streets looking for that fatherly love from somewhere else.
So you think that was the way, like you said you used to run with a crew.
Yeah.
So was that like you're searching for manhood? Or...
That was my search. That was where I got my love from. Yeah.
Yeah. So, man. So with the how old are the grandchildren?
My oldest will be 13 next month.
Okay.
I got one to be 10 this year. One 6, another one 11, and I think my grandson just turned 10.
10.
So
Okay.
13 and under.
Yeah, and also because when I talked to you earlier today, you said you were driving.
Yeah, I still drive.
So you still got to drive. It's like a modified.
Yeah. Before I got my modification, man, I drove with a cane. I took a cane and hit the gas and the brake.
See, that's creative. Like, okay, so that's just going to show you not going to let nothing stop you, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
and one time I didn't have a cane, so I used a broomstick.
And you was good with that, like just
Yeah.
just hit the gas, hit the brake.
Yeah.
Man,
I drove from here to Kentucky with a cane one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to get the modification? Like,
it didn't take long, man. The portable hand controls are like under $400.
Okay.
And the one in my van now came with my van when I bought the van.
Okay.
So
you have no problem getting around there. Like,
no, not at all.
Go and come as you need to.
I could rent a car with hand controls in it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's big, man. So, I definitely commend you on not letting nothing stop you, but also, man, just being inspiration, man.
Thank you, brother.
And being willing to share your story. We got about 4 more minutes left on the radio station on the air. So, anything else that you might want to let our audience know, or say to the youth, or anything like that?
To the youth, please stay in school. The streets ain't worth it. Ain't nothing out here but death or paralysis.
All right, you heard it. You heard it from them. And but a lot of times, it's people can hear it, like you said. People can hear it, but then they still sometimes got to find out for themselves.
Right. Right. That's the hard part about life.
Yeah. So you definitely got an amazing testimony, man. I'm just so happy that you agreed to do this interview.
And I thank you for giving me the platform to tell it on, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. So I want to thank also, everyone who owned this broadcast chimed in. Shonda Brewington, Rose Artist, Lisa, Shalonda, said Jungle for Life. And she's from the jungle. So you stayed in the jungle then when you
right. They just put out my address, 402 West Seymour Drive.
So he okay. So everybody 402 West Seymour.
The jungle was my territory.
Okay, so you knew, like I said, you knew all the jungle boys. I think
I just got back from Arizona. I went to the lawyer's wedding. Lawyer, right?
Yeah, lawyer doing comedy now, right?
Yeah, I went to his wedding in Arizona in March.
Oh, okay. So you stay connected.
That's my bro.
Yeah, lawyer was always a cool guy too. Yeah, so man, yeah, that goes way back, man. So you real, like I said, I know you had reached out to, but I didn't know how deep, because I was like, okay, well, maybe he's from Boston and maybe he has some cousins who live here, but you really live life down in Goldsboro.
Yeah.
You went through some things here. But this is a true testament or true testimony how God can totally turn someone's life around and use his life. And I'm sure, like I said, this is not the end. Like I said, I think you got enough stories to put in the book. So
yeah, I'm still cleaning up what I messed up.
Yeah, clean up what I messed up. Got to start my life over again. Okay. Yeah,
I got a story. I got a bestseller and a box office hit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, you just got to put it together, man. Because, man, I'm still thinking. I've been shot 4 times, 9 times close range.
Yeah.
In the place you've been shot, like yo, man, like you are a living miracle, living testament, man.
Yeah, for sure.
To what we are. So to our radio listening audience, once again, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the show. Thank our guests, thank the station owner, Miss Lakita Thickpen, for giving us this platform. And y'all make sure y'all do tune in next week for another episode here on the UTurn Show. And if you haven't already been to our website, once again, make sure you go to www.wbisawesomeradio.org and download all of our apps on Google Play, the App Store, and Alexa. Also, you can check out our episodes, not only of this show, but also of other shows on Roku TV at Awesome Radio. But we're going to see you guys next week on the radio.
Lord, I need you to smile on me. Lord, I'm bleeding. Tell me where you want me to go. I want to be right with you.
Lost the volume on you, brother. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? You can hear me?
Got you now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
So we off the radio, so we kind of freelance a little bit, but thank you so much.
How'd I do?
Huh? Oh man, yeah, you did fantastic, man. Sir, you are an amazing survivor, and thank God that you made that U-turn. As long as there is life.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank y'all. Yeah, man, you did amazing, man. Like I said, man, your story is one that can be told on any platform. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's just a story of. Shalonda Exum said you did great too. So thank you for tuning in, Shalonda, and everybody who.
Shalonda answered the question, huh?
Yeah. So, oh yeah. See, that's like Shalanda. That's right. I'm my fault for pronouncing like that. Shalanda. Right.
My pastor just sent me a text message saying, "Great story."
That's good, man. And once again, LaShonda said, "Keep pushing, Aunt. You definitely got this. Love you for life." Yeah, man. So it looks like you got a lot of people who love you as well, man. But like I said,
I got a lot of love in Goldsboro.
Yeah, you got a lot of love.
I did a lot of dirt, but I got a lot of love there because I showed her a lot of love.
You said you did what?
I said I did a lot of dirt, but I got a lot of love there because I showed a lot of love.
Okay. Yeah, man. So that's good, man. We definitely, like I said, as you said, write that book or write that screenplay or something, man. Like I said, sometimes we look for things that you, like you said, like you want to work or whatever. Then it might be just meant for you to record that story. You know what I'm saying? And you put it out on an audio book or anything. You know what I'm saying? Anything like, But yeah, you definitely got an amazing story, man. At 22, you went through so much. You are now with so much to give. So I definitely just want to thank you, man. And Gangsta Gone Legit. That's really important. This clothing line, right?
Yep, Gangsta Gone Legit.
Yeah, Gangsta Gone Legit.
I forgot to tell you, when I was 12 years old, I got stabbed in the back of my head 3 times.
Nah.
I wasn't even in the streets at the time. Kid was messing with my sister, and I went and told him to leave her alone. Him and his sister jumped on me and stabbed me in the back of the head. And you know whose son he turned out to be? My bishop's son.
You talking about the one that just passed or the current?
No, another. It's a female, Bishop Faye. She always come in there and talk about her son, Lance. He locked up. He's coming home. And I mean, she's always talking about it. I said, Lance. And I asked her, I said, do you got a daughter named Gemini? She said, yeah, you know my daughter. I said, I know your son and your daughter. I said, your son stabbed me in the back of my head when I was 12 years old. She said, oh, no, Earl, don't tell me that. Yeah, you need to face the fact. Your son is not a good boy like you think.
Hey man, but it's amazing how things come full circle like that, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he's still in.
He's locked up for rape, man. He's a terror. He turned out to be a terror.
Okay. So do you got guys and friends who are still in?
Yeah, I got my boy Derek Tyler. He was locked up before I even went to North Carolina. He's still locked up.
So that's a good 30 years in, right?
Oh, 30 more, man. 30. He got locked up in 87.
87. So, yeah, that's about 35.
Yep, 35 years.
How long you got left?
He got a natural life. I don't know if he's coming home.
Natural life.
Yep.
Wow. It was like murder or something like that?
Yeah, it was murder.
So, but you never been to prison only that one time though, right?
Yeah, I went to jail up here. I didn't do no time. I shot a dude, and it's crazy I didn't do no time, Richard, because I shot him in front of everybody at the high school. I shot him at the high school in front of everybody.
You was in high school then?
I was in high school then, yeah, but I wasn't at that high school. I went to another high school to shoot him because they jumped my cousin.
Okay. And he shot. So was that one of the reasons why you left, or you just
No, that ain't one of the reasons why I left. I left for another reason, but when he went to court and he said he didn't know who shot him, and that's why I never got charged with the crime.
Okay, so he kept the cheat code, as they say.
Yeah.
He kept the street code.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that, man? A lot of you hear a lot of people are snitching and things like that. What do you think about that? How is that how is that viewed, and when is snitching okay, I guess?
I think if you snitching so that you can get time cut off, you tell them on your people so you get time cut off, that's the lowest of the low.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
But if you go out there and you shoot one of my family members, I know you did it. I'm telling you did it, man.
Yeah, that's the difference people don't understand. Like, you don't snitching is actually like if me and you do a crime, right?
Yep.
You get away and I got caught, and I say, well, I tell you who else there with me. You know what I'm saying? So you get arrested. That's snitching. Or I'm buying drugs with you. I get caught with the drugs, and then I go back to I tell you who I got it from. That's right. But like, if you in the neighborhood and you see somebody randomly shooting and they shoot a little kid, no, that person needs to go to jail, right?
Right, exactly.
So
and you and I, we're civilians now. We're not in them streets anymore.
Yeah.
So that it ain't the same.
But even if you're like, and that's the difference too. Like, even if you are not a civilian, like if you. And I know it's that's a slippery slope because that person ain't had nothing to do with you. Like, it's like an innocent bystander. Somebody shot up a house and an old lady grandma get hit, right?
Yeah.
You know who did it, but you in the streets. You don't have nothing to do with that situation. You know what I mean?
It's hard.
It's a skewed line between right and wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I don't suppose to talk to the police because of what I do, but that lady didn't have nothing to do with that. Whoever killed that lady should go to jail, but I can't get involved because I do dirt too. So
yeah,
that's a skewed man. And you said that again as well, like. You said y'all didn't call yourselves a gang, right?
Yeah, we didn't at the time. We were just a crew that ran together, and it was the mayor of Boston that gave us our name, the gang. He said that Intervale Street Gang. And after that, we wore IVP, Intervale.
IVP.
Yeah, Intervale Posse.
Yeah.
And after, they said we was labeled the most notorious, organized teenage crime gang in Boston.
So were y'all that organized though?
Huh?
Were y'all that organized, or you just did stuff and didn't get caught? Because there's a difference.
When they busted him in 1996, they hit him with the RICO Act.
Okay.
So yeah, we were definitely that organized.
Yeah.
They hit him with the RICO Act. My man Sam got life, and he overturned his life. He did 96, 2006, 2016, 17, 18, 19, He did 23 years off a life sentence. He flipped his sentence.
So he out now.
He died last year. He got out, but he died last year.
Oh, okay. What about the other brother that you said that had the life sentence? Wait a minute. What do you mean flip the sentence? Hold on. Yeah, you just caught me with one. What do you mean?
Overturned it.
Oh, okay. All right. So
yeah, I want you to get Reggie on your station.
Okay.
He's a good one to have. He's a true gangster gun legit. He killed somebody back in 88, 89, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he turned his life sentence, and now he's on probation. He's home.
Okay. How long you been home?
Oh, wow. He's been home. Jeez. I think he did 17 years. He's been home about 10 years. He's been home a long time.
Okay. You say he's still on probation?
Yeah, he's still on probation.
Yeah, but Massachusetts sort of like Virginia. They keep you on probation for like 20 years, waiting for you to mess up.
Yeah, depending on the crime.
Yeah, well, Virginia had me on probation for like 10 years for like a simple possession. You know, so Virginia's real.
I think they hit him with the probation for so long because of his affiliation with the Intervale Street Gang.
Okay.
You know, he's one of the original members. Me, him, my man Terrell, Sam, we all original started it before it was the gang.
The Intervale was like
Intervale Street.
Intervale. How you spell that?
Intervervale. Google it. Google Intervale Street Gang.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. Yeah, that's what I do. It's Intervale, or you mean Vale as in boy or Vale as in
VALE. INTERV as in Vera, ALE.
Okay. Intervale Street Posse, Dorchester.
Yep.
Intervale Street Gang. Okay, it's real. It's like this is not fairy tale.
Nah, not at all, brother.
The Intervale Street Gang in Boston versus Patrick. During the 90s, members of the IVP sold crack cocaine in the Intervale neighborhood of Dorchester, area of Boston. IVP was a successor. Okay. They hit him with the RICO. Enterprise element of criminal charges and the racketeering influence and corrupt organization. Had defendant Samuel Patrick, Jason Arthur.
Yep. Jason got life too. Jason's still in there. He didn't overturn his. But Sam came home. And he died.
Oh, you did say Sam, right? Sam Patrick. Wow.
They call him
all those are guys that you grew up with.
Yeah.
Wow. 2013. Is that the same one? No, that's Roxbury. But wow. Okay. So yeah. So how do you think your life would have turned out if you didn't come at the goal? You think you would still running with them guys?
Wait, say it again.
How do you think your life would have turned out if you didn't leave Boston when you did and stayed?
I would wind up in jail for life, or either I wind up dead.
Yeah.
I would have definitely wound up in prison for life. I'd be sitting right there with my boy Derek Tyler and Jason Arthur.
In 1989, 22 by a shotgun blast. That meant for the Intervale Street Gang. 1989. Was you there in 89?
No, I left in 88.
Oh, okay. Well, you probably still someone say. Yeah, so yeah, it's okay. I gotta do some research, man. I just like, finding out truth. But
you gotta do some research.
Yeah,
my sister Pumpkin got an article. I'll tell her to show it to you one day.
Okay.
I don't know why she holding on to that article though, Richard. I mean, that's something that'll give me some serious time.
Yeah. Hey, it's funny, right? I did that one time too. Like I did something with those, bro. They had this thing called the public record section, right? So I did a crime and nobody knew it was me. So I went home and cut that joint out. You know what I'm saying? So I cut the joint out, like a little keepsake. But then my mom, she got the paper and was like, okay, something cut out of here. You know what I'm saying? So she went and got another paper. It was like, you had something to do with that? I was like, nah, but you probably knew, because it was like right in the neighborhood we stayed in and everything.
Yeah.
But yes, I guess I don't know, man. It's something about why are we drawn that gangster lifestyle though, man?
Because we didn't come up with silver spoon in our mouth, and we want the benefits.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to reap the benefits. Them dudes, Jamaican Troy, Jamaican Bobby, all them dudes came down there, man. But they dope. They couldn't come to the jungle. They came to the jungle and they put a pack out. Earl was gonna take it.
Yeah. Jamaica, a couple of those guys got killed, right? Jamaican Bobby.
Yeah. But Jamaican Bobby's doing time. Jamaican Troy got killed in Jamaica. He got caught in some dude in a bed with some dude's wife, and she killed him. He killed him.
And then one of them got killed in Fairview somewhere, I think. Maybe Fairview Projects.
Nah, Love was running Fairview, but he got killed in Wilson. I don't know who got killed.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah,
Love was down with Frank.
And that was I think it was part of the Shower Posse, maybe. I don't know. I read up on them on if you ever heard of them, the Shower Posse.
Nah, them fake dudes. Shower Posse wasn't in Goldsboro. I warred with the Shower Posse when I was up here in Boston.
Okay.
They would have never went for me robbing them and taking their stuff every time.
Okay.
Yeah, I beefed with them. We had beef with the Shower Posse.
Okay, the real Shower Posse.
Yeah, the real Shower Posse.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, man, you definitely got a story to tell, man. I just thank you, man, for taking your time.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, man. Give me the opportunity.
Yeah, man. One more time, man. I think you have a purpose, you have a wonderful spirit, and you are loved. Continue to let God use you. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank everybody who tunes in on a weekly basis to view this program. If you haven't been to the YouTube channel, the Taylor House Publishing, all of the episodes are up there, so you can go through there and like and subscribe and check out more of the videos of the guests. But once again, I certainly thank this guest. And also, if you do want to be a blessing, to this broadcast, my Cash App is right there, Rich Money 7777. So, if God lays it upon your heart, or you just want to, make a donation to help, keep this, broadcast going. You can, once again, make a donation. So I'm gonna leave it up there. You can put it in the chat. But once again, I just thank my guy, Mr. Earl Color. Is there anything else that you might want to say to the audience before you go?
Look to God before you make your decisions.
Look to God before you make your decisions. Bless this man that trusted in God. Definitely, man. But I thank you so much, man. And I'm going to keep in touch with you.
Yeah, for sure. We got to go out for dinner when I come back down there.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Let me know, man. Let me know. Like I said, you never know. I might eat you up and say, because I'm in Boston and I stay on the road. So
okay.
But I definitely thank you, man. Take care, man. Much love, man. Let me know if you need anything, man. If anything I can help you with.
All right, brother. I appreciate that.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in as well, man. Y'all catch us next week. Peace and love. Peace and love. I thank y'all once again for joining us. But once again, every week, everybody tunes in and listens. And I just really want to thank y'all, everybody who tunes in to this broadcast, man. It's definitely been a blessing. Thank you. Great show. Felicia Mitchell, also words of government, encouragement, Aletta Taylor, look to God. I thank all of y'all for tuning in. So we're going to see y'all next week. We got another special guest. And hopefully we'll see y'all then. But y'all have a good night. Peace and blessings. I love all of y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all be blessed.